Welcome to our channel. We're two teachers in higher education that adore helping students and learn through fun and engaging methods. But after talking with a lot of adjuncts and instructors working at different colleges and universities, we found they don't have the time or experience to gamify their lessons or their plans and to create new material. So that's why we're here. We're going to be moving through this graph and identifying and working through each one of these aspects that will give your classroom a more dynamic feel or hopefully get the students more engaged. So we're going to start off at the simple and move up to the best practices. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be working through the whole gamut of what's in front of us. So please stay tuned. Let's start with reflections. So what's the purpose of reflection? They're teaching the material to themselves or learning how to express what they've learned. In broad terms, it can mean anything from where the students take a moment to think through what they've learned. It could take the form of a question, a statement, a wandering, an application, a usage, anything of that nature. So reflections don't have to be very structured. They are purposefully there not to censor yourself. It's there to work through your perspective and work through what it is that you've actually experienced or what it is that you're trying to learn. Think of it as asking yourself questions, right? Discovering something new, surprising, comforting, unique. What's its use, its application? And this is something that you as the instructor, you can start off just a conversation with the students. Say, take 30 seconds, take a minute, take 5. Put a little timer up, put a little music on, and start asking questions. Or ask a single question and let them reflect on it. Developing a link between your experience or practice and existing knowledge, theoretical or personal, shows recognition that your own understanding is likely incomplete and the situations are rarely clear-cut and simplistic. I think of kinesthetic learners. These are students that need hands-on information. As such, if they're reading or if they're listening to a lecture, it's very hard for them to grasp the concepts. They need to have some sort of physical interaction. Sometimes writing is the only way in which they can interact with the material in a physical manner, and as such, it's important for them to write out what it is they understood or what it is that is going on in the classroom itself. When finished with reflections, if you have the opportunity, have the students share their reflections with whatever parts they're comfortable with. These are ways that we as instructors can see how the students are making connections in ways that we never intended. Maybe they have different personal or professional experiences that give clarity to other students. Maybe they're looking at it from a different perspective in such a way that it gives you light as to what to do next for your following class. I think of Archimedes and King Heron II of Syracuse. A goldsmith delivered the king a crown of pure gold, but the king was suspicious. The goldsmith might have mixed some gold with the cheaper silver while keeping the leftover gold for himself. And the king had no way of proving this. So he asked Archimedes to find out whether the crown was made of pure gold without damaging the crown. He told the king that he needed a few days to think about it. And one day, when he was concentrating about his problem, he decided to take a bath. And it's there that he stepped in the tub and he realized that he displaced water and that there's a relationship between his volume and the volume of the water that his body displaced. And to find out the crown's volume, Archimedes immersed the crown in a bucket filled with water to the brim and measured the volume of the spilled water. And then he took a bar of pure gold and did the same, and took a bar of silver and did the same, and was able to figure out his dilemma. So some takeaways. A good reflection will allow students to take the puzzle pieces or the building blocks, whatever analogy you want to use, and really build upon the experience and knowledge that they already have and what was taught in class or what they experienced in class. It allows them to create something new or put the pieces in place. It's very important that they don't censor themselves. This is just a free exploration. Let them pause, let them reflect, let them adjust, and let them repeat continually. So your job now is to pause yourself, to reflect upon this lesson, and reflect upon your own classroom. See how you can improve it and what you can do to implement these lessons in order to bring a more dynamic and fun environment to your classroom.